Hello and welcome to your child's Chem 1 virtual classroom. Appreciate you taking your time out of your day to join us. We're just going to walk through a couple things here real quick and hopefully answer some of your questions. My name is Mr. Hess. I've been teaching for 15 years. I have taught science all of those years. I've taught biology and physical science, but now I spend most of my time teaching chemistry. I teach chemistry in the community and Chem 1, which is what this class is. If you look right here, you can see my contact information. This is my email. That's probably the best way to get a hold of me. You can also see a phone number for the school. If you call the school, they can patch you through to my classroom phone and we can have a discussion that way as well. If you'd ever want to meet with me before school, after school, during my plan period, which is first period from 8:16 to 9:10, or during my lunch from 12:07 to 12:50, those are also options. I would be happy to meet with you and talk about whatever thoughts, concerns you have about this class. Chemistry, if you need a refresher course, is the study of matter. What makes all this stuff up? Atoms and compounds, and looking at those things and how those atoms and compounds interact with reactions physically and chemically. We talk a little about nuclear reactions as well. This is the course syllabus that we will cover this year. You can kind of see first semester and second semester, and I kind of divide everything up into units. Within those units, typically when your student was here with me at Centerville High School, I would provide that student a packet for every unit. And then when we get to the end of the semester, they kind of have everything in order because chemistry really builds on itself. It starts off with the basics and we kind of build up to bonding and things like that. I do still have packets. There's going to be a materials pickup here in the next couple weeks, and those packets will be a part of that material pickup. The packet has things like periodic tables and reference sheets that'll kind of help you not have to print so many things off at home, or maybe not have to look at something digitally. Actually helps sometimes to have things physically in front of you. So let me tell you how I do things, and then I'll explain the rationale. Typically, assessment, which could be a quiz, it could be an exit slip, it could be a larger unit assessment, those typically make up 70% of your child's grade. Labs, which is more of a skill-based procedure, make up 20%, and then homework makes up 10%. The reason I do this is I believe that your child's grade in this class should be a reflection of what they truly understand. And the way I find out what they truly understand is asking them to demonstrate that, typically on an assessment. Homework is not for demonstration. Homework is for practice. Homework is so they can work through the process in their mind and make sure they understand it. So I do take a completion grade from homework typically, but most of the time I release the homework keys to the kids so that they can self-evaluate and make sure that they understand what's going on. And if they don't understand what's going on, they need to come to me, ask questions, whether that's on a Zoom or through an email, and make sure they can get to the place that they can demonstrate that they truly know the content of chemistry. And that's what the assessment piece is for. So labs, homework, there's still some participation and skill-based grades there, but we really want to get to the end of the school year and say, you genuinely have, a decent mastery of the content of this course. This course, like many courses this year, are going to be run through Google Classroom. If you go to your son or daughter's chemistry Google Classroom, you can click on classwork, and under Classroom Essentials, you'll see probably the most important things about this class. The first thing is the Zoom link. This is the way your child will connect with me every day during his or her chemistry period. If they're not sure what time they should be logging on, there's also a copy of the high school bell schedule. Remember, Wednesdays are a little different, but that information can be found under bell schedule. And then finally, there's a classroom calendar. This classroom calendar will show them what's kind of happening forward in the next couple weeks. Are we doing any virtual lab? What days do I need to be prepared for a quiz through Google Forms? That information can be found in the Chem 1 calendar. So your son or daughter, or you, may have noticed that I take my name, Hess, and I inject it into the word chemistry to get ChemHESStry. This is something I can't claim credit for. A student came up with this years ago, and as soon as I heard it, I'm like, that is brilliant. I'm slapping that on every poster in my room and on all over the website. It's great. So hopefully they never come back and sue me for copyright law infringement or something. I think I'm okay. But the nice thing about it is when you Google ChemHESStry, since it's a made-up word, the only thing that comes up is my classroom website. If you look at the web page, you can see there's a banner across the top, which is something awesome that a student here at CHS made. And there's also some headings where you have the different content areas. I'll put other videos kind of embedded from YouTube within the website, like the genius of N95 masks. We think of them like a filter, but it's more about the electrostatic charges between dust particles and the fibers of the mask. There might also be some videos from class here, like a hydrogen balloon explosion. Don't worry, it's small, nothing to be afraid of. But if you go up here to the top and look under chemistry, you can click on the different units that will cover this school year. Within each unit of study, you can see that there's a copy of the notes. There's also my embedded YouTube videos of me going over those notes. So if you'd ever have a question or you ever missed a day, you could go back and technically look at what I said about a certain topic. If you scroll down to the bottom, there are other Unit 1 resources that are most of the time YouTube videos that aren't me, but are really good things that kind of like extend your thinking or make you think about something in a different way. Like for instance, the metric system in America and why it's kind of partially here and partially not. But for the most part, the Google Classroom and my chemistry website are really the two places that your child's gonna spend most of their time. I hope I answered a lot of your questions about Chem 1. If you have any more, feel free to email me. I appreciate your time. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good evening.